Day 2. So let me show you how I ended last night. Here's how the third layer of body filler looks. Real good. Obviously, I got some cleaning up to do on this door, but the door still opens. Oh, wow, that's a mess in there. Door's still open, so I'll be able to clean up all that. This is looking, I don't like this byline right here. Probably need some work on it. Gonna need to cover up these screws. Actually, I can probably take those out. I want to fill up this bottom a little bit better. I need to go ahead and pull off this side skirt before I break it. Next thing I'm gonna do, I've gotten to the point now where I'm gonna be using some of this Bondo professional glazing and spot putty. I want to be able to get in those little holes. I have a belt sander from just Harbor Freight. I'm gonna be using that to get up in the engine bay so I can sand up in those tight corners. And a bunch of those putty spreaders, whatever. I got a bunch of these 220 grit universal sanding pads. Get a little bit less fine. And I got it at a really good deal because it had been open before. I guess someone needed one or something. So yeah, I got it half off. But yeah, that's my okay, so what I'm planning on doing is going through here in all these little small holes, putting some of that putty filler on it, just to make sure it all looks semi-presentable. And overall, sanding this entire thing with 220 now. Woo, and cleaning it too. And then I think I've decided I'm gonna go ahead and kind of remove this a little bit and get off all this crud right here, whatever this stuff is. And then I'm going to body filler these together. These two, make this little seam right here look good. And this back seam bolted in, and body filler these two together. And just to finish this top area right here, I got some of this flat black paint. I'm just gonna be hitting it like this as a guide coat. Just missing it, nothing too crazy. And this will show me what needs to be sanded down and what doesn't. So as I'm sanding like this, the guide coat will leave a very little fine amount in the low spots. So as I'm going like this, sanding through, all the low spots will remain black. And that'll allow me where I need to add, that'll tell me where I need to add some body filler. It's like an example of what I'm saying is like right here. I can feel a little groove right here as my finger goes over it, and see how it stayed black and everything else isn't. So my sander is trying to sand down right here and trying to sand down the top, and it's not hitting the black right here. So that means I'm probably gonna have to add some of that glazing putty right through here. And I can now I'm feeling I can kind of feel the groove all the way down to right here, and then it stops. So right here it's fine. The groove kind of goes down to right here actually. But I think that's from like the original bumper, the original fender right here that goes up. So I just need to add a little bit more and keep sanding. But everything else feels pretty great. This feels horrible right here. So I need to add a lot more right here. But yeah, I'm gonna keep on working. Oh, and I posted the thing on Instagram whether or not I should tie these two together. And a couple of my followers made a great point. If I hit if I bottom out any kind of way and hit that front of that side skirt, or if I break it in any sorts, it's over. It's over. Like it's cracking everything, cracking all the way up through here. All the fiberglass is gonna crack. So that's probably a good thing. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna attach this later afterward, after all the body work's done. Yeah. So here's one of the final looks of it. This bottom end right here, I'm not completely satisfied yet, obviously, because you can see a lot of stuff, but I'm gonna come back to that later. The filler seems to not be sticking to that very well, and I want to merge it into the door a little bit better. So that's kind of don't focus on that yet. But everything else up I'm happy with. I sanded it with all the way down to 220, and you can kind of see there's like where the filler keeps cracking. I don't want to touch it. I just acetoned it, but there's a couple spots where the filler just kind of cracked. So what I'm gonna try to do, I read the filler information again, like the Bondo, and this is step 2. Step 1 is like a primer. So they want you to put it over primer. So I'm gonna go through and put some of this filler sandable primer on top of all of it, just to see if it sticks a little bit better. I have a feeling, I've already went through and lacquer thinner and acetone the entire thing. I have a feeling it's just some kind of adhesion problem. So I'm gonna go through and do that, and it's gonna look kind of good because that's a gray primer. It's a gray car, so it's gonna look like it fits. And here we go. That's after the primer. Oh, yeah, so this thing does look good in one color. But now you can really see all the different marks. Like I spray this part pretty heavy, so I can't touch it now. But you can see all the little imperfections. But this primer I should be able to sand it. So I'm gonna be sanding it pretty hard. Got all this area down here. I gotta put some of that glazing putty back over. But yeah, it does look really good in one color. This has been a good trial run. Don't worry about this rear end yet. This bumper, I don't think I'll be running the bumper for very long. But yeah, it looks good one color, man. And I'll show you the comparison between the stock and the regular. I mean the stock and the wide body. So that's the wide body. That's the stock. Stock. Wide body. It should be an extra inch. Wow, looks good. I'm going to let it cure probably overnight. Let it cure overnight. Like I was saying, till I was rudely interrupted, I'm gonna let it cure overnight and then come back tomorrow and try to sand it. You can see all the waviness and just the weird pattern in here. That's because I just laid another layer of that glazing putty over it, just so I can get it super smooth. And hopefully I'll be able to, after it all hardens up, I'm gonna come back and sand it, and it should get pretty smooth, really smooth. And if it doesn't, I'm just gonna keep on doing glazing putty until it gets smooth enough for me. But yeah, this side's done. The rest of the paint is basically chalked, so I need to be picking out a color for it. If you guys get any advice on that, let me know. I don't know what to do. I think at some point I'm gonna do the other side, because I only do one side this weekend. I may or may not film that. It's the same process. I decided not to mold in the side skirt with it. I got a whole bunch of parts coming in for the 2JZ. I got a new crank pulley, all new timing setup, Powerhouse Racing billet parts, and I have my ECU coming in, and I will be making a custom wiring harness with that ECU. And I haven't released what ECU I'm running with yet because it still could change. But I'm pretty sure I've secured and locked down an ECU. So yeah, that's fun. Yeah, I know the fuel system I had on here before, it wasn't to the quality that I liked, so I will be having a new fuel system coming in. I think I have a whole new brand that I'm bringing in online with that too. I'm pretty sure. Got a whole bunch of body work to do. If you guys have any more things you want to see, I'm trying to decide between the ducktail or like a chassis mount wing. I don't know, or bumper, no bumper, rear bumper. I have a crash bar coming. After I get that, I'm gonna be hanging the intercooler radiator setup, building tunneling, custom hood exit, custom hood vents. I got a lot of stuff coming. So make sure you're subscribed and get ready because it's gonna be wild.